Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing possible tighter background checks associated with Thai retirement visas. As we've noted in a number of videos that we've made here recently in the past week, 10 days, retirement visas have been a major topic of concern in the expat community, most notably the older expat community or the retiree community here in Thailand, because there were recent comments made by the former head of Thai immigration, now Deputy National Police Chief Surachat Bigjokakpan. It was noted in the Bangkok Post where he was discussing major changes to, or his suggestion, if you will, or his thoughts that there should be major changes to the retirement visa process. Most notably, things associated with financial requirements, the rules associated with extension of status, all of this was discussed, and we discussed that at length in a prior video. That said, again, this has been sort of the talk of the town the past week or so, and I recently came across an article in Stickman Bangkok, that's stickmanbangkok.com. For those who are unaware, especially the younger expats, although I don't know why you're watching the retirement visa video, but maybe even retirees who haven't been out here very long or who never were aware of it, Stickman Bangkok has been out a long time. That website goes back a long ways. It is definitely very much was a touchstone for, especially for information for new expats back in the day, and it's continued to be sort of an archive, if you will, for expats even now. So I urge those who are watching this video, might not be a bad idea to go check out stickmanbangkok.com. Quoting directly from a recent article on stickmanbangkok.com, the article is titled, "Retirement Visa Rules to Change." Quoting directly, "If the Thai government really wants to stop foreign gangsters operating in Thailand, there is a much easier way. The long-standing law which states those with criminal convictions cannot enter Thailand should be strictly enforced. The law states that any jail term, except for a petty offense, negligence, or something accepted by ministerial regulations, disqualifies a foreigner from entering Thailand. Enforce that law and the quality of foreigners in Thailand would increase markedly." Yeah. Now, just to provide some context, the original article in which Surachat Bigjokakpan, I should say specifically Police General Surachat Bigjokakpan, was talking about retirement visas it seemed to be sort of juxtaposed, if you will, with the story of law enforcement activities associated with certain gang activity here in Thailand. And so that's kind of the context. Now, what Stickman, or what's being talked about in Stickman's website, on the Stickman website, is, okay, what about enforcement of the laws we already have on the books? I mean, why do we need to change around, if you will, the Thai retirement visa scheme merely because we have issues associated with law enforcement in Thailand? It is a fair point. And for those who are unaware, yes, there are background checks associated with certain visas issued abroad, most notably, for example, the OA retirement visa, which, as we've discussed in other videos, is very different from the O retirement visa. Yes, the OA retirement visa, when you seek one abroad, when an applicant seeks an OA retirement visa abroad, there is a police clearance associated with that. But here in Thailand, there is not a background check function. And, it does kind of beg the question. I think Stickman brings up a good point, which is, why don't we look to, if you will, enforcing the law that's currently on the books with regard to this? If the whole issue comes down to law enforcement, well, you have a law on the books to deal with it. Perhaps do background checks in Thailand associated with extension of status in retiree status. That seems to be the question posed. Now, again, whether or not this will happen remains to be seen. I've made a video contemporaneously with this one where I discuss this at length, my opinions on it in greater detail. But long story short, at least as of the time of this video, no, there is not a background check associated with an O retirement visa here in Thailand. Now, that said, there are a lot of complications that can arise in matters pertaining to folks that have a criminal record and their visa status here in Thailand. It is something that you're going to have to deal with on a case-by-case basis, and bear in mind that there may be a possibility down the road where you could see deportation or being unable to renew a visa down the road. So again, for those that have these issues, it's probably a good idea, rather than just running around the internet looking for bits and pieces of information, it's probably a good idea to contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into how best to proceed.